On the surface, Chinese and Japanese food are very hard to distinguish from each other, but they're both rice-based and use soy sauce, but they're usually a high abundance of vegetables. There are many similarities, but there's a lot of differences between the two. Japanese food is by far the superior due to the long-term benefits in your life. And if you want to be happy and feel better, you eat Japanese food and not that sloppy, deep fried.
Oh, that's your opinion. Oh, we're getting the insults already. Ow.
It's facts. I actually used to work at a Chinese restaurant.
All right, great, thank you.
Are you hungry and in need of a meal? Well, yeah. Chinese food is the way to go. With a variety of choices, you can satisfy all your cravings in just one stop. You want sour food? Chinese food has got that. You want spicy? Chinese food has got that. You want sweet and sour and spicy all kind of together into one? Chinese food has got that. Chinese food is also prepared in many different fashions. Depends on where you go in the world. They might boil it, they might fry it, they may steam it. Every single food is prepared differently almost everywhere. Some of the same food may be prepared differently. That's variety, people. Japanese food, it sticks to tradition. That's the same. We don't want the same. We're evolving. We want variety. Therefore, Chinese food is the way to go, people.
You try to sell shawarma or something?
No, I'm trying to sell Chinese food.
Maybe Mushu Shampushu. Japanese food is usually light to the stomach and more refined and generally more healthier than Chinese food. Chinese food is mostly oil-based food and deep fried. They rely heavily on stir frying, which isn't very healthy for you. Japanese food is more raw-based food. It's influenced by its coastlines and uses seafood for many of its dishes, although seafood isn't the only thing Japanese food has to offer. There are a lot of noodle-based teriyaki dishes, as well as sushi that contains no shellfish at all. Chinese food is generally cheaper than Japanese food. This comes into factor of the quality of food itself. Japanese food will have that fresh sense compared to Chinese food. A lot of Chinese restaurants also use MSG in their dishes.
What is MSG?
Monosodium glutamate.
That doesn't
Like-
answer the question.
It's a really cheap substitute for like, they mix it in with like the deep fried stuff, which is basically everything they do. And it's supposed to make you like less hungry faster, so you eat less. That's why you're always hungry after an hour after you eat Chinese food. Whereas you eat Japanese food, where it's usually no MSG, you know. Better for you. All around.
That's a four.
Oh, that's more.
That's your point, okay, great.
Well, he may have you thinking that Chinese food is unhealthy. Well, in traditional dishes, the Chinese cuisine, everybody knows that Chinese food has a lot of beef and pork in it. Well, they like to cut a lot of animal fat from these meats just to keep them healthier, and you're not getting all that extra useless stuff in your system. They like to cut out a lot of cholesterol in their dishes, so it is healthier to eat. Unlike those, Japanese food is high in soy. That can be problematic for hormonal levels rising. That's an issue. It usually occurs in women more than men, but yeah, hormonal levels rise. Thyroid problems can happen. In Japanese food, it's also low in fiber. So what that means is that you can get colon issues, won't be pooping right for a while in Japanese food. So gotta say about that.
personal, this is getting.
All right, so in the end, we're all here for food, but being college students, we want to get more food for less. Chinese food, less expensive than Japanese food. You can feed your family, get more for less compared to, say, going to Edo and getting their combo number 1 for a solid $13 for not a lot of food. For college students, it should be as simple as that. And what happens when you leave raw meat out for a little bit here? Bacteria. Bacteria will start infesting your raw meat that's placed on your sushi. You eat it, you can get some diseases such as E. coli, salmonella, and listeria. You don't want that. You want to be healthy. Chinese food for less. And may I also add, remember when Burger King also tried to make that black burger? That was the Japanese idea. And it tasted horrible. Black bun, black cheese, what is this? Yeah, there was black cheese.
Everything was
But I made bright green.
It all kind of down.
It's darker than their souls. Raw food. Ugh,
That's all I have to say.
disgusting.
They don't associate themselves with burgers.
All right, great. Great 4 points. We're going to get into the open debate now. So whoever puts up their hand first, you get the floor. Okay, Hunter.
All right. Oil. You say the oil is bad? I think the oil is pretty good. There's some people out there that may not like the oil, but they can just simply not choose Chinese food. There's people out there that love the oil on their food. Because the meat, say, it's deep fried, it gets cooked. It gets rid of the, say, bacteria that might be on it. When you cook meat, you get rid of bacteria. Japanese food, they usually, some of them keep their food raw, which means there could still be bacteria on it. Okay.
Can I interrupt you?
Okay.
A lot of it is raw, yes, but they spend hours on hours of cleaning it. Like, they would never serve it if there even was, like, any kind of, like, ridiculous amount of bacteria in it. So, that's invalid.
So I want the freshest meat right now. I'm hungry.
Yep.
I want something. I'm not waiting for you to clean that meat. I want Chinese food.
They
Ah,
do
you're
it
cooking
prior.
it right now.
Always do it a night prior.
But what if they're out? What if they clean the meat and then they leave it out by accident? There's that one guy
I'm
that's
out all
probably
night
like,
drinking. I'm coming around at 2 in the morning.
I want to.
I'm drunk and I need some food.
Yeah, if you're an Asian chef and you're an Asian sushi chef and you're leaving fish out, you don't deserve to be an Asian sushi chef. And,
oh yeah, where's your fortune cookies? Chinese food uses fortune cookies as a main dessert. 15 calories, people, and you get a fortune with possible lottery number winners.
aren't those made by Americans?
They are Chinese food. Still in the same boat.
Same boat.
I don't think the Chinese are clever enough to come up with that. But you say Japanese food is the same, but it's not the same. New sushi is created all the time, like every year. Like they'll come out with new rolls and everything just to try and like innovate. Chinese food, they don't really they don't innovate that much with a lot of their dishes. It's usually like the same, like you see like the typical chicken balls, fried rice.
All right. So Japanese use lots of oil and spices, making for a wide variety. I mean, oh, I said Japanese. I meant Chinese food. That was a mistake. Japanese food, they usually stick to soy sauce, sweet rice wine in their cooking, which stays for like that same tradition. Once again, tradition. It's not. We don't want that. We want to evolve Chinese food. Also, the way that they cook it, there's wide varieties, which means that even though you say that they stick to the same, the way that they cook it can make it different.
You say that Chinese food is so healthy, but Japanese food and the Japanese population has the lowest rates of obesity, heart attack, and heart disease, and has the longest lifespans around the globe.
Statistics from statistics.
Japanese people live on average to 85 years old, and Chinese people live on average to 75 years old. And probably a lot of that has to do with the diet. So
Chinese food buffet. Moon River, $20. Go and eat all you want for $20, and then you leave.
Not bad.
Does Japanese food have that in Lethbridge?
Yes.
It does?
Yeah, they do actually.
It's probably more money.
Yeah, but they bring it to you. You order on this piece of paper and they bring it to your table. So you don't even have to get up.
You can sit at your computer at Moon River, at your home and order at Moon River online.
Moon River's terrible.
Okay, great open debate, you guys. Good job. Going back to
Japanese food are alike in the same ways. The Japanese diet is healthier and has more benefits in the long run. Chinese food may have those extreme popular dishes like shark fin soup. Japanese food will always help you live longer and have a healthier life. And being a college student answers the question: explosive diarrhea or yummy healthy
come
sushi.
Well, you're getting both. You're getting both. You're getting sushi and diarrhea. You're not diarrhea. So I think we have it made with Chinese food. It's healthier. You don't have poo problems with Japanese food. It's less expensive. There are health benefits. We do have fortune cookies. Everybody likes getting a fortune cookie after Chinese plate. This is a personal thing. This is just personal. What's with the seating arrangement? Well, I don't want to sit on the floor. I'm not a child. I want to sit at a table. Look at all this leg room around here. That's just a personal thing. Chinese food is healthier. Fortune cookies, less expensive.
okay, round of applause.